What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today I'm finally getting a chance to do the Loki episode 5 review entitled Science slash Fiction. And but before we get into all that, I want to thank all of you for returning. If you're new viewers, thank you for stopping by. To future viewers, I hope that we can earn that subscription today, and I hope that if we do, you can hit that red subscribe bar down below, smash that like button, let us know what you're thinking about our content here at Tully Television, because only together can we go straight to the moon, baby. But yeah, Loki episode 5, Science slash Fiction. Of course, starring Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Sophie DiMartino as Sylvie, Unami Musaki as normally Hunter B-15, but in this episode, Dr. Willis, Owen Wilson as Don slash Mobius, Eugene Cordero as Frank slash Casey, and A.D. Doug is or slash OB is portrayed by Ki-Hugh Kwan, and it hit me just the other day because someone said it that he's the actor from the Indiana Jones movies. Yeah, okay, cool, man, because I loved that character growing up. But we pick up with Loki basically being the only one to survive the meltdown of the time loom that they were trying to fix in episode 4, where everybody started getting spaghettified. Basically, what happened to the rest of the team was that they went back to the Earths that they were on. For example, Mobius was a jet ski salesman, and his name was Don, and he had 2 sons, and he mentioned how his wife was no longer around. There he is, because of the timeline, is that she very well could have been blipped away by Danish, because we also see Hunter B-15. She was a doctor, and she was a doctor during the time where Loki was first invading New York in 2012. So it seems like they went back to particular time periods that they can connect these characters to. Casey, they made him one of the people that escaped from Alcatraz. Back, I think, in the 40s, there was only 3 men that were able to escape from Alcatraz, but their bodies were never discovered. So they made Casey one of those guys. And then OB was a science fiction author, and he was actually the first one he went to that believed him in what was going on. And in this episode, we get to see OB on a jet ski in a way, not maybe out on the water, but we finally at least we get to see him on a jet ski finally. I hope that we can see him sailing off officially on the jet ski one episode on the water. And then Sylvia had went back to her timeline of working at McDonald's. She remembered everything. Everybody else did not remember everything, but OB was trying his best to help Loki figure it out. He believed him from the beginning because of his belief of science fiction and stuff like that. And of course, guys, I don't want to say just nerds or geeks, but certain people just envision things happening like this every day. So when it does happen, it kind of is like, oh, okay, yeah, I just must be part of this adventure. And so Obi was definitely in his this was right in his wheelhouse, so to speak. And it was really interesting to see Loki open up about why he has been the way he was in the past with stuff. It's because he basically explained to Sylvie how he's incredibly lonely and he just wanted his friends back. That's why he was so adamant about restoring everything. And Sylvie believes that, they should just be left in the lives that they are back in because that's where they belong. And Loki brought up an interesting thing where he was like, well, you want them to have choice. Maybe they didn't have the choice to be brainwashed and to have their memories wiped, but they have a choice now on whether to stay and help out or not. So you're kind of taking away the choice for them in a way. So, in a way, she is kind of being something that she doesn't want to be in that regard. But at the same time, is either person wrong? Is either person right? I think it just really depends on your outlook on life and what you feel like you'd rather know or not know when it comes to certain things. I would want to be given the decision, even though I may not have been given one prior, but I think I should have the decision now on whether I want to continue working for the TVA or not, and in what capacity, or do I want to go back to the life that I was living. And it also seems like Loki and a group of, merry men, so to speak, to his Robin Hood, seem to be in basically the time loop of Loki needs to be taken prisoner in order for him and Sylvie to destroy He Who Remains, to destroy the TVA in order to restore it and have it all happen again. It seems like this is going to be possibly how the TVA starts in the first place. That they're the reason why and how it started. And some of the theories that have been circulating have been that Obi is going to be the one to write the story of the timekeepers and stuff. Basically, it's going to be the timekeepers are the representation of him, Victor Timely, and Casey. And kind of, this was all part of, supposedly, allegedly, part of the plan to get Victor Timely. It just is part of the loop. In order for Kang or He Who Remains to come into power after being killed, they need to do this loop where Victor Timely's essence goes all over the place to recreate all these variants and stuff like that and start the multiversal war again and have He Who Remains right back where it all started. And I love that line in the first one. And I'll just wind up being right back here where I'm going to come back to anyway. And I think that all this is meant to be. I think that the first episode being entitled Ouroboros is the clue to this whole season. I personally like this season. And what winds up happening near the end of this episode is that Loki has been time slipping, right? But he finally is able to master the time slipping because Obi is like, we need to figure out why you're time slipping to the people that you're trying to save, right? And so if you can control that, you can probably solve this problem. And finally, near the end, through incredible stress and last minute of, because at this point now, everyone's together. Even Sylvie has come back to say that we need to do this. And everyone then spaghettifies, and Loki was able to time slip a few minutes before that, and he tells everyone, I figured it out, I know what I can do, I've controlled my time slipping, and then he slips all the way back to where they were going to attempt the plan of Victor Timely going out to the machine to do the machine. And the last episode is going to be them doing this, probably rewind until they can figure it out, and then we'll see where we end the season. I know there's been a drop off in the audience retention for this series, but it's unfortunate because of the oversaturation of what Marvel's been putting out on Disney Plus. It's making this particular season take a hit. And it's unfortunate, but this season has been one of the better seasons of Marvel television. I was very big on WandaVision being the best series, but I think I'm going to have to put that second and put Loki now first, just based off of the strength of this season. Also, in my opinion, it's better. It's just a better season overall, and really displays Loki as he should be displayed. You know what I mean? With all his might, with all his magic and chicanery, and just the way he composes himself. Tom Hiddleston does a great job with this character. I think this whole cast has been really on point this season, and it's kind of disappointing that we got one more episode after this. I hope we get a third season, but only time will tell with that. Oh, only time will tell. You guys let me know how you think that episode 6 is going to end, and where you think Loki's going to show up after this. But that's my thoughts on this show. So, until next time, peace, Snookums.